Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast. Today we're talking about injuries, what to do to prevent them, and how to deal with them when you unfortunately get one.
Hey guys. So I just want to start out with injury prevention in general. I think a lot of times the younger you are, the more you don't realize how important it is. And only when you start to get a little bit older, even dare I say, into like under 21 is already kind of old, you can kind of understand more. Like your body is not always going to be able to do the things that it always has been able to do, and the way that you take care of your body and preventing injury is huge. So I just wanted to share a few things. The first thing is that you don't have to wait until you're on the floor to start warming up your body. For me, that's the biggest thing. Is like, just imagine walking into a cold studio on an early morning practice, and you have to put on some nice Roomba walks music. And even if you just start doing your Roomba walk basics, you're still kind of forcing your body into that dancing mode before it has even had time to wake up. So, with injury prevention in mind, I would say one of the easiest things to do is just before you even put on the music, before you go on the floor and even start moving your body in a dancing way, is to just move every part of your body on the side of the floor. Even at home, before you leave to go to the studio, you can do this. If you don't have time once you get to the studio, or you're worried about something else, always be moving your body before you go onto the floor, before you put on your dance shoes, even before you change into your practice clothes if you want. There are so many little exercises and stretches you can do that can help before you even put on your dance shoes. And going off of that, I want to say one of the huge reasons why, I mean, this has always been an idea, but a really big example to me has been with some time 1 year, 2 years ago, I was in the studio practicing ballroom with my partner, and Ricardo and Yulia come in. And I had seen them at this specific studio maybe only once before, but it was pretty early in the day. Like, obviously, they weren't teaching lessons right then and there, they were just getting ready for practice to have. Um, and before Yulia even changed, put any shoes on or anything, she had a full yoga mat, just went to the corner and she did, I swear, like a whole yoga class just by herself before she even went and got changed into her practice clothes, which honestly, if you're on the level of Ricardo and Yulia and you of course have that much dedication, it's such an amazing thing you can do for your body before going onto the floor, warming up, dancing with your partner, moving your body to music. Just imagine how great your body is going to feel after doing a whole yoga session, whether that's 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes. It just prepares your body in every way possible so that you're preventing getting any sort of injury to the best of your abilities. And obviously, Ricardo and Yulia are doing this, world champions that everybody knows and looks up to. Why shouldn't you be doing it? So that's just one example, one little thing that would definitely help and help prevent injuries before they even happen, because we know when you get an injury, no one wants them. So the best thing to do is just try to prevent them in the first place.
Yes, of course. Also, I wanted to add just alongside the injury prevention, when you do warm up, after the whole warm up, as Ricky said, do like rumba walks to the music that your body is getting into the dancing rhythm. And something that I was told, very interesting, before you actually start dancing, your body needs to break sweat, because when your body does break sweat, that means your body's actually ready to work physically and it's ready to give its full potential. That's an interesting thing that I'd like to add alongside, of course, preventing your injuries. Um, but yes, now since you know how to prevent injuries, it's fairly simple. It's actually very simple how to prevent real injuries. Um, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do that, and I have an injury now. I did not warm up as much as I needed to. Um, Now, what to do when you have an injury? Depending on your injury, you'll have different different options. For example, when my partner had a broken arm, we still danced, which is good and danced together because you can't put pressure on the broken arm, but we still danced. Right now, I messed up. I'm sorry, I messed up my Achilles, and I'll be honest, for a month I was lost. I didn't practice. I didn't work out. Nothing. But then after that month, I got everything together. Like I can't, I can't say certain words, but I got my stuff together, and I started working out. And I started. I couldn't. I can't. I still can't dance. So I started helping my partner practice. So she'll be practicing, and then I basically would be teaching her because she's still younger. She's my sister. She's 5 years younger than me. I I physically remember more things than her. I remember her things as well as mine. When we take our lessons, I have to remember mine and her information. So I help her practice. When she's practicing, I will give a few pointers and make sure that she's doing them. Um, while you have the injury again, depending on your injury, I've seen different injuries: broken legs, messed up spines, necks, arms, muscles. Injuries can be very different. It can be concussion. I don't know what to do when you do when you concussion. Never had one. I don't know anyone who had one. I don't know what to do when you have a concussion, so I won't go that route. But when you have a basic injury, more like a broken bone or a messed up muscle, let's say you pulled it in a very, very weird way, you can still stretch. Stretching is very important. You do not want your body to lose its shape. So when you get back into dancing, you don't want to start from not zero, but like way worse than when you ended. So yeah, basically just if you can't practice, if it's like an upper body injury, and stretch, do exercises. I'm sure the doctor gave you exercises to do in order to heal that injury faster. But overall, just if you have to stay off dance, stay off dance. It's
Yes,
gonna help
definitely
you.
important. If your injury is at the point where you're not able to dance, I had an injury once where I physically was not able to dance. I was very, very, very close to breaking my leg, and I had to be on crutches for several weeks. Of course, if you're on crutches, you're probably not going to be dancing.
Yes.
Um, one of the definitely most important things is that if you are in that situation, one thing that I did is that I still went to my lessons and I just sat and watched my partner and took notes. I would watch the lesson, listen to everything that the coach had to say, take notes, and really just try to be as present as possible, even though I couldn't actually dance. That kind of keeps you in that mood, in that mindset of still pushing, still improving, still being more competitive, even when you have an injury, because hopefully, if you're doing everything right, the injury will heal itself and you will be able to dance again. And if you are in the position where maybe you could still dance if you really pushed yourself, but you know it's probably not that great for the injury, definitely don't push it more than you think you have, especially if you haven't seen a doctor about it yet. If you have seen a doctor about it, and they do give you those exercises, it's so so important to do them, because like imagine like when you work out really 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 hard, you have sore muscles, or you work out really 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 hard and you know you're going to have sore muscles the next day or in a few hours, but it hasn't hit you yet. You have to stretch, you have to do those exercises, because even though you're still going to be sore, even though you're still going to have that injury tomorrow, by doing these physical therapy exercises, stretches, whatever they may be for what part of the body has an injury, it's so, so vital to the healing process, to making that muscle um, grow back its strength and the position that it should be in, whatever injury that it could be. So, yeah, definitely, even if you feel like, oh, I don't feel like doing these exercises, you really have to do them because it's going to help you more than you even think it will.
Even the small, boring exercises help. Definitely. Okay, guys, this is it for the injuries. We don't want to get very specific because we're not doctors. We don't have PhDs. This is again from personal experience and from like bystanders, like what we saw hap- happening. So, guys, thank you for watching and listening. If you're still watching, listening, you're amazing. We love you, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.